Hi, I'm going to do a very natural bride look today. It's good for brides or bridesmaids, and I'm going to focus on heat resistant and long lasting products because I've had quite a few letters from people that are either going to weddings in hot humid countries this summer or live in hot humid countries, and they're really worried about their makeup and how it's going to last. So I'm going to start by using this Kiehl's product, which is the pore refining lotion. This has clay in it, lots of sort of kaolin and things, and I'm going to use it. You have to really mix it because the clay goes to the bottom, it separates out. And I'm just going to buff this over my T-zone. This is really good if you're oily on your T-zone, just to help stop oily breakthrough. So just put quite a bit on. It is colourless, so it's good for all skin tones. But once it's dry, you can see if there's any white bits, and then just take a dry cotton wool and buff off the white bits. Okay, next I'm going to use some MAC strobe cream. I'm just going to use it around the outside. If you're oily all over, obviously you can use that lotion all over, but I tend to be dry around the edges and oily down the centre. And if you're dry, ignore all of this and put on either a moisturiser or a primer for dry skin. Okay, onto the foundation. I'm going to use today this one by Guerlain, and it's called Parure Extreme. And this is a foundation that is waterproof. It is also factor 25, SPF 25, so it's good if you're outdoors in a hot country. And it's extreme long wear, so that should really help. I'm just going to start working this foundation really well into the skin. So I finished my foundation, and that Guerlain one is really good. You can sort of feel it setting as you're applying it. It feels sort of rock solid in a way. It feels natural, but you can feel like it's set and it is going to stay put. I've also used concealer, and I use this Lancome one. It's a Duo Pro, and I'm just going to finish off just little bits of evening out. As I say, you'll have time on your wedding day to spend a bit extra concealing any bits. Okay, before I powder, I'm going to use this lovely blusher, which is Daniel Sandler Watercolour, and this is almost like a stain. You shake it up. You can apply it with fingers or you can apply it with a brush. I'm just going to apply it with fingers. You don't need to put very much on. It's very transparent and very thin, and you only need the tiniest amount. It comes in lots of different colours, so to get a rosy look, depending on your skin tone, you'll have to choose different shades. This colour's good for sort of fairer skins, but you'll need a deeper and more sort of rich shade if you want to get a rosy effect and you have a dark skin. Once this stuff sets, it really sets. I'm going to use my foundation brush just to take the edges off. So I've evened up both cheeks. If you feel like you put more on one than the other, just smooth in with a little bit of foundation or add more to the other one until they're pretty much even. And that's set now. Okay, I'm going to use some powder. I'm just going to use Poudre Universelle by Chanel. I forgot what it's called then. This isn't light reflective. I think we've got enough light reflection. We use the strobe cream underneath, and that's going to give enough of a glow. So I'm just going to buff a really light layer all over. Again, thin layers. And this is something you can take a small compact of for a touch-up if you're in a hot country. Okay, onto the eyes. I'm going to use a long wear colour mousse. I'm going to keep the eyes really, really simple. This is like a sort of English rose makeup. It's very, very natural. It does work on all different skin tones because you can adapt it, but it's just a beautiful, natural look. The one I'm choosing today is by Rimmel, and this is an 8-hour wear mousse, and these are really, really good. Loads of different high street brands do them. There's a couple by Max Factor here. The Max Factor ones are really good. But you can see that you can choose a darker one if you've got a dark skin tone, a lighter one if you've obviously lighter. Maybelline too have some good mousses, and as do number 7. And again, they've got sort of lighter colours for light skin, darker for darker skins. And you want it to be just not that much different from the colour of your eyelids. You can either put it on with fingers, or you can dip a brush in and then just put it onto the back of your hand. Just take it all over the lid. You can see it's almost like a natural, just a glossier version of your natural colour. This look is perfect for anyone that's not really used to wearing a lot of makeup, so good for brides and bridesmaids that normally wouldn't wear it. These mousses are brilliant because if you're doing your own makeup for your wedding and you're not very good with makeup, they are so foolproof. You can't really go wrong with them. You just get them on the lid and they're incredibly easy to blend. Right, next I'm going to use this waterproof pencil. This is by Gosh, but most brands now have waterproof eye pencils. This is grey mink, so it's a nice soft grey. Just really massage into the roots. Give it the once over with a smoke lid brush. Then I'm going to use the same colour that I used on the lids and just put a little bit of extra shine into those corners there. Okay, so next I'm going to curl my eyelashes and use a waterproof mascara. I'm going to use Extreme Length by number 7 waterproof. If you give them a really good curl at the beginning of the day, they should last. So I've put mascara on top and bottom, 2 coats. Next I'm going to do eyebrows. Makeup Forever do a really good waterproof eyebrow gel. Suki also do a waterproof sort of felt tip, which is very good. I'm going to use another Suki, it's a pencil, but again it's a long lasting one. Most of the brands now recognise that the whole long lasting thing is something that they should be investing in, so just look for a really good long lasting or waterproof eyebrow pencil. I'm going to do a strong-ish brow just because the rest of my face is quite natural. It's really lots of short strokes. This is going to last a lot longer than a powder would. So now I'm going to do lips, and since this is going to be my long lasting makeup, I'm going to put a tiny bit of lip balm on. Really rubbed into the lips. And now I'm going to use a long-lasting lip pencil. This is Indelible by L'Oreal. I'm going to use it all over the lips. So just using the pencil to reshape the lips. You can really feel that this is not going to budge. It sort of puts a really waxy coat on the lips. And to finish off, I'm going to use a double wear lipstick by Estee Lauder, and this is Pink Berry. And these are really good, they really last. It's quite a bright pink, but I think once it's worked in, it'll just give a lovely sort of vibrancy to the face. So that's it, that's my almost English rose traditional wedding makeup. The emphasis here is on indestructible makeup. This is waterproof, it's not going to smear, it's not going to smudge, so if you're in a humid country, if you're in a hot country, you don't have to worry. And I think it works really well, especially if you've got a pinky toned wedding or berries or some kind of that sort of feel to your wedding, because it'll tone in extremely well. It can be toned down for young bridesmaids, so you could do a similar sort of look, but obviously just more rosy cheeks on the little ones and a little tiny rosebuddy mouth on the sort of on the teenagers rather, if they were young girls. And that's it. This is not going to move. It's going to last for all the kisses. It's going to last through all the heat, and you won't have to worry. And also it's pretty simple and quite easy to do. So have a wonderful wedding, and I hope you enjoyed watching.